Welcome to Monday, the 24th of May, 2024. This Day Weather Podcast brought to you by Chugwater Chili. New to the Chugwater Chili brand is its very own green chili seasoning blend. The perfect combination of spices so you can make green chili at home, easy, tasty, and quick. Sprinkle on eggs or make your own smothered green chili burrito. Well, slowly more settled. We used the word unsettled a lot last week to describe what was coming over the weekend, and boy, wasn't that the case. We had hail, we had heavy rain, we had tornadoes, we had snow in parts of western and northwestern Wyoming, many areas of Montana and Idaho. We had a little bit of everything, but that upper low is going to slowly weaken and drift north here in the coming days. Now, the severe weather threat is much lower today and Tuesday. It's going to perk up again on Wednesday, but for today and tomorrow, we're not expecting severe weather except maybe in parts of central Kansas and eastern areas of Nebraska. But for the western high plains and Rockies, the air mass is drier for the next couple of days. It is, though, is still going to be a little bit breezy. We're going to give you another sneak peek into Memorial Day weekend, and that's something we're going to update you daily on as we go through the week. Also, we have a La Nina update for you. First of all, let's take a look at where the jet stream is today. We have this broad trough that's coming into the Intermountain West. This is the same system that came in over the weekend, but you can see it's drifting towards the U.S.-Canadian border. However, there's still some weakness or troughiness on the backside of the system that still has to come through, and this is going to make it a little bit on the windy side. And there's still going to be some wetness up here with some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. Now, by Wednesday, what will happen is that upper level low, this is today, this is Wednesday, it actually goes all the way up to Hudson Bay. Behind it is this little guy. This little wave comes through Wednesday. This is going to be what may trigger some thunderstorm activity again Wednesday afternoon and evening. So Wednesday is a day where we may have a little bit of severe weather. However, warmer air comes in behind that system for the end of the week. And what will happen is we're going to warm up by Friday and Thursday. In fact, this is the upper level charts for Friday. We've got some ripples coming through, but the jet stream is, way up north, so there's going to be some milder air coming in. Some of the warmest weather will be on Friday into Saturday. This little ripple right here, though, is going to likely drift in over the Memorial Day weekend, and that's going to bring us a little bit of weather for the Memorial Day weekend. We'll talk about that here shortly. Over the next 5 days, this is the precipitation forecast. This is through Friday. The better chances of moisture will be towards that upper level low, and then there's going to be an active pattern of thunderstorms still in the Dakotas, central and eastern Nebraska, and central and eastern areas of the Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle, this region down here in the southern plains. We will see a lot of this activity right here probably happen on Wednesday, but the western slope and this area right here still is looking to be missing out as this upper level low wants to go that way. So we're going to see more settled conditions with likely dry conditions in many areas today and tomorrow, except up north here. Now, as we go and take a look at temperatures, look how warm Friday looks. These are forecasted high temperatures for Friday. So as we get ready to get started for that Memorial Day weekend, we're looking at 70s. We're looking at some 80s on the map there. Going to have a nice warm up here at the end of the week. So temperatures close to average, maybe a little bit below to start the week, but the end of the week warms up. As we get into the Memorial Day weekend, though, we're going to see a little bit of a disturbance come through. This is the precipitation forecast Saturday through Monday, so for the 3-day weekend. Now, you can see the heaviest moisture is in eastern Nebraska, arching back into here, closer to where the better instability and moisture will be. But you can see across Montana, Wyoming, even the western slope of Colorado, the eastern plains of Colorado, eastern New Mexico here, there's going to be some shower and thunderstorm activity. So this Memorial Day weekend is going to be very similar to what most of them are like. You get a little bit of a mixed bag. You get some good days, you get some not so good days. It doesn't look terribly cold. It looks pretty mild. But as you plan your holiday weekend, you're going to have to plan around afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Now, here is your update with La Nina. The newest predictions for La Nina or El Nino came out here late last week. And this green line is the average of all of the computer models that are trying to predict what the sea surface temperatures in the Pacific are going to do. So you can see how close it is to zero. So essentially, folks, what is looking like it's evolving is we are no longer under a La Nina advisory. That officially has been put to bed as the sea surface temperatures are getting closer to those statistical averages right here near that zero line. Now, at the same time, the forecast all the way through January, February, and March stays in what we would call neutral territory. When it's near that zero line, you're not in a La Nina, you're not in an El Nino, you're somewhere in between. However, what you have to make sure you're careful about is there's one model here that takes us right back to La Nina as we get into the fall and winter. Some other models take us into a weak El Nino. It's actually 50-50. How's that? If you think weather forecasting is hard, try to forecast sea surface temperatures and sea surface circulations with water temperature. It's very difficult. And honestly, during the summer season, these La Nina and El Nino predictions are pretty poor. Their track record isn't very good. However, this is the good news, is it does look like sea surface temperatures have moderated, and the La Nina going into summer 2021 is not going to be as intense as last summer. So that is good news. We've kind of seen that here with an uptick of spring precipitation compared to where we were last year, although it's not for everybody, as we have found out. So either we're going to be in what's called a neutral situation, no La Nina, no El Nino, somewhere in between, or a very weak La Nina state. And you can see this when we take a look at sea surface temperatures. Now, this is as of the weekend. You can still see there is a broad area of light blue still in the subtropical Pacific. Not strong enough now to be considered an official La Nina, but there's weakness in the sense that there's still a tendency for some cool waters to be there. The good news is La Nina for summer 2021 does not look nearly as strong as last summer, and that should mean a better monsoon season. It should mean better chances of precipitation as we go into the month of June. Will it be a banner summer with precipitation? Probably won't, and we're still going to have some areas that will probably stay in drought all summer. But the good news is it doesn't look as bad as last summer, which is something positive to say. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube Day Weather YouTube channel if you get a chance. And a reminder, this has been brought to you by Chugwater Chili. Use the code ChugwaterDon at checkout at chugwaterchili.com to get 20% off Chugwater Chili, the gourmet spice of Western life. Have a great Monday, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow.